Today we're going to be talking about play analysis. Let's get started, shall we? So first thing we got to think about is, what is play analysis? Play analysis. Analyzing a play simply means that you are questioning the text in order to gain a better understanding of the author's message, style, and characters. So you are looking at the play to find out and better understand what is the point of this play and what is going on and how to really think about the play. There are 5 main parts of a play analysis we're going to talk about today. So part 1 is plot, action, or the form and structure. Number 2 is character and role. And then number 3, style and genre. 4, language, symbolism, illusion. 5, theme, thesis, thought, or idea. So these are the 5 parts we're going to go over today. First is plot, action, or form and structure. So this should look familiar. You need to know your plot of your play. So when you're reading a play and after you've read it, you should take your plot map and go through and figure out what is my exposition, my inciting incident, rising action, climate, falling action, resolution, and denouement. For more information about the plot, you should check out my other video that I have about the plot of a play. Let's go on. So here are some questions that you need to probably answer and figure out and do to kind of go over this part. So again, work out that dramatic structure of the play, like the play diagram that I was talking about. How are things different? And ask this, how are things different at the end of the play than at the beginning? In other words, what changes in the course of the play? Something has to change. 3, what is the primary focus of the play? What and who are the focus of this play? And basic information like how many scenes and acts are there? Part 2, character and role. Who is who? What type of characters are there in the play? These are things you need to start thinking about when you are reading a play. So, the first there is like protagonist and antagonist. Protagonist is your main character. Your main character, not necessarily the good guy, but sometimes your good guy. Your antagonist is the character that creates conflict for the main character. So the main character in like Othello by Shakespeare would be Othello, and the antagonist would be Iago. Iago creates the conflict for Othello. Then there are like figuring out what type of characters are there. Are there static or each character dynamic? Are they flat or round? I'm going to briefly go over these real quick. Static characters are the character that stays the same throughout the story. They are always constant. Nothing changes really for them. They don't learn anything, etc. Then a dynamic character is a character that changes due to events in the story. Flat characters are characters which we know very limited information about from the play and what they say. So a flat character can be a character that may not have a total lot of importance to the plot. A round character is a character which we know a lot of information about. So the goal for writing and figuring out like the best characters are the characters that are dynamic and also round. Here are some questions you want to answer as you're doing a play analysis. Who is your main character, your protagonist in the play? Describe that main character. Like, what are they, you think, physically, personality, emotionally? Who is that person? What is the basic relationship between your or any character and the main character? So, like, you need to know the relationships between each other. It's very important. What is the central goal, motive, or desire of the character or characters? Who is the antagonist? What is the central conflict? And how do characters relate in that? How does it develop? And what is the result of that central conflict? Then we have style and genre. Okay, style and genre. Style is the way in which a play is written, acted, and produced. Theater conventions. This is kind of what we talked about in one of my earlier videos about elements of drama. Theater conventions are special or traditional ways of doing things to convey a particular interpretation of a performance. That's a lot of words. So here's 3 different types or conventions. There's representational. The audience is watching the action through an imaginary fourth wall. We are not there. We are just watching it. It is representational. Then there is presentational. The audience is recognized as the audience and plays as a play. Actors may speak directly to the audience. So think of it more, I would say representational is more like realistic, like this is going to, like, we're not here, it is just happening. And presentational, they're gonna break the fourth wall, which is that imaginary wall, and talk to us or talk out to us, you know, things like that. Avant-garde is new or experimental styles of the art form of theater, which may have a mixture of both, or maybe something totally like non-traditional style and genre for what would theatrical performances. Then genres are like types of plays, and we talked about this briefly, is, you know, like tragedy, drama, morality play, melodrama, satire, comedy of manners, sentimental comedy, farce. There are more and more and more different types of plays. So that's important to kind of understand, like, what is this play? What style, what genre is this play supposed to be performed as? That will influence, you know, how you better understand the play. Things to answer as far as questions: do these characters talk to the audience? Is the play funny? Is it sad? Do I feel something particular at the end of the play? Is it important how if I was performing this play, like, is there a certain way so that the theme is understood by the audience? Those are things you want to question as you're trying to figure out style and genre. Part 4, language, symbolism, illusion. Here's some questions you want to ask. Is there something symbolic in this play? Is the language poetic or different than the modern speech I have? Like, is the language more Shakespearean? Or is it more poetic? Or is it in a different style than I'm used to? That's very important. Why is it important that the words be said as they were written? Are they written in a particular way that it means something more? So those are things to consider when you're talking about like language and symbolism and etc. Number 5, which is so important, is theme. Your thesis, your thought, your idea. So theme is the message or lesson that the author wants you to take away from the story. What did the characters learn? How did the characters grow? And, you know, this is the thing when I say about themes, keep the word theme, like, it doesn't have to be super long. Themes I usually like to think of as like 1 or 2 word answers. Don't make theme so complicated. Some common themes are like courage, honesty, love, friendship, forgiveness, loyalty, hope, equality, hard work, teamwork. These are some common themes. Questions to ask about theme. What philosophical idea or question does this play suggest? What is the theme of this play? A theme may be an idea that is repeated until it dominates the play, or it may be a topic established by varied but related ideas and questions. Is the author trying to make some point about people, about life, about society, about something else? For most dramas involve a central problem that is revealed as some sort of conflict. How does the author represent this conflict in the play? How does the author resolve this conflict? All of these questions will help you better understand the theme of the play, or even the subtext of the play. Well, guys, that is some basic play analysis for anybody that is directing, gonna act in, gonna design for. This is a helpful way to start your play analysis before you get started on a production. Well, I hope you learned a lot, Drama Llamas. Use this on your next play, and I'll see you next time. Bye!